Alright, today on Free Field Training, we're going to be talking about a flashlight. This one isn't police and security related necessarily, but it does make a very good EDC light. It's the ThruNite Neutron 2C version 3.
Where are you going? Get out of the way!
Now the 2C has been around a while. This one has a few upgrades over the other one, and that's why I was even interested in taking a look at it. Normally not into lights that don't have a tail cap switch or that are USB recharging, but this one has a lot of application for just everyday use and a lot of range of things that it can do. So let's talk a little bit first about its operation. The light only has the single switch up by the light head. There is no tail cap switch. So to turn it on, you just press that once and you get whatever mode you left it on. Now it has a dimming scale, which means if you take this light and you hold the switch down, it slowly starts to get brighter and brighter and brighter. So it goes from about 20 lumens to about 650 lumens. Then if you double click, you get an automatic 1100 lumens. So what this does is it allows you, in effect, to pick two lighting levels that you want as long as one of them is super, super bright, which I think one of them will always be super, super bright for people. So if you want 20 lumens or 60 lumens or 650 lumens and 1100 lumens, it allows you to select which one you want and then have that as the default for when you turn the light back on. I really liked using the 20 lumens and 1100 lumens because it seems like that's the only two things I use when I'm not working. If I'm going to put keys into a door or looking for something underneath a seat or something like that, I have the 20 lumens. It allows me to double click at any time and get 1100 if I need to flood a yard or look at something that's suspicious or something like that when I'm off duty. The light's also equipped with a strobe mode, but to be honest with you, I don't ever use strobe for anything, so that wasn't a huge interest to me. But I really like the UI operation of this, even though it doesn't have a tail cap switch. Now the light will run off of either CR123s or 18650 batteries. And it doesn't need a specific number of CR123s. So what I've been doing is using an 18650 battery, and then I can keep a single CR123 with me in a backpack or in my car in case the light goes out. Now this will run on a single CR123, and the way you accomplish that is the body is set up in three segments. There's the light head, the tail cap, and then there's a middle section. So to use an 18650 battery, you use all three sections together. If you want to use just a single, if you want to use two CR123s, you keep them all together, put the two CR123s in it. If you want to use just a single CR123, you can screw the body back together like that. So that saves a little time and space when we are packing our stuff, if we're going to use this for camping, and if we're going to carry a spare battery, it means we don't have to carry two spare batteries for this light. We can only carry one and still have a functioning light. With the 18650, that's not really that huge of an issue as long as you're somewhere near a car, which I always am, or a charging port of some kind in a house, or a plug, which I always am, because it has a little USB charging port on the back. This is always a concern for me when I see a USB charging port on the back, because these little covers for the USB charging port tend to rip off, and then that's an egress point for water and dust and grime. ThruNite thought about this and sent a couple of extras along in the package, which is nice. But for every day, the dust and the grime isn't a huge issue, and so I'm not particularly worried about if it's just going to sit in the jacket of my coat if I'm not using it for work. When you do plug it in and charge it, there's a little indicator light on here. This particular one has a purple light when it is charging and a green light when it is fully charged, which is nice. Then you know how much charge is in the light, that it's fully charged. You're not just guessing like you are with a lot of the other lights that I use. It's just kind of guesswork if you charge it completely. I've taken some test shots with this in standard police and security type applications and applications that I use every day. I will run those through. As you can see, it compares pretty favorably with the duty light that I use now, because the duty light I use now is 350 lumens. It's made for throw. This is an EDC light. It's made to flood an area, and its throw comes mainly from the extra light that you're getting. It punches through tinted glass pretty well because the high lumen rating, it'd be hard pressed not to. You're talking about a close distance through tints. The more light you put out, the better any light's going to do from tinted glass. It comes with a spare parts kit, a little lanyard thing that I don't particularly use, and a little holster thing that I also don't really use. So whatever mode of carrying this around that you're going to use, you're going to be pretty squared away. I tend to just use the little pocket clip that comes with it. That's why it's still mounted on there, and you can see there's a little bit of wear and stuff on the edges of the pocket clip from me carrying it around for the last couple of weeks. So is it a duty light? No. Is it a good backup light for police and security work? Probably not, depending on the environment you're in. But for EDC, for off-duty, or for like a suit and tie type detail where you might want something really small, and especially for if you're going to go camping and you have to carry stuff with you, like your extra flashlight batteries, this probably wouldn't be a bad gig. It saves you some money on batteries, and that you can use are rechargeable, and your backup batteries, you don't need 2 of them, you only need 1 to have a useful light. That's just a little rundown of the ThruNite Neutron C2. Hope you guys like it. Until next week, you guys stay safe and take care of each other. I'd like to thank all the Patreon supporters, and especially the shift supervisor level Patreon supporters that we have listed here. Your contributions are what allows free field training to continue on and become better. Thank you.